Good afternoon, basketball fans from southeastern Massachusetts. You're watching Division II Women's College Basketball. We're at Merckett Gymnasium on the campus of Stonehill College. I'm Dave Clifton. I'll be describing the action along with longtime Easton resident Ken Wood. And this afternoon, Stonehill will be hosting the Franklin Pierce team that right now has been struggling. They're a young basketball team, and of course, they happen to be rebuilding. So it's the Ravens being hosted by the Skyhawks, and right now, Stonehill women's team, they have a record of 16 wins and 7 losses overall. As a matter of fact, they're 11-6 in conference play. The Ravens right now rebuilding. They're 2-15 in the NE10 conference, and they have a record of 4 wins and 18 losses overall. Stonehill defeated Franklin Pierce at their Ringe, New Hampshire campus earlier in the season, and right now we're looking for an action-packed basketball game. We right now one home game away from the season ending, and then of course it'll be postseason play. A little thank you to our sponsor and to ECAT, Eastern Community Access Television.
Now today's sponsorship for the women's basketball game is Mansfield Bank, and we want to thank Mansfield Bank for being the sponsor today. They're just down, one of their offices just down the street from Stonehill College.
So we'll be back with the starting lineups, the singing of the national anthem, and the opening tip-off. Yes, it's the Stonehill Skyhawks hosting the Ravens from Franklin Pierce University in Ringe, New Hampshire. Hurry back. Okay, we're back here. It's the pregame show here on the Paula Sullivan basketball court here at Merckett Gymnasium, located on the campus of Stonehill College in Easton, Massachusetts. They have the University of Franklin Pierce joining us today. They're from Ringe, New Hampshire. I'm Dave Clifton here at courtside along with Ken Wood. We'll be describing the action. When you take a look at both these teams, Stonehill coming off a victory against St. Michael's of Vermont. They won it by a score of 71-51. And next on their agenda will be an away game at Merrimack in North Andover, Massachusetts. The Ravens from Franklin Pierce, they lost to Merrimack in their last game 83-70. Their next stop would be Assumption College. The 3 officials now getting ready to call this game. And of course, a lot of folks here at the gymnasium, Ken, are in pink. There's a special salute to supporting breast cancer and how important that is. So Franklin Pierce didn't have too far to travel. Coming up, they're not too far, Ringe, New Hampshire from Nashua, but they've had their difficulty. Their record 2-15 in the NE10 conference, and they're 4-18 overall. Both these teams are part of the Northeast Division of the NE10 conference, and both these teams are part of the NCAA. Right now, people will be rising as we salute the red, white, and blue, the American flag.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the national anthem.
Remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Hats off to the red, white, and blue, the American flag. There's both teams right now. They shake hands. They go to their respective benches as we prepare to introduce the starting lineups. We'll start with the Ravens first. We expect that they will start Lisa Sulmani. She's a freshman. She'll wear number 1. And of course, their head basketball coach, Jeanette McKillop, she played in the class of 2003 at San Diego. She is in her 3rd season as head basketball coach for the Ravens.
Also, there will be a team representative walking through the stands to collect donations. So give if you can. All proceeds from your donations will also benefit the KDOW Cancer Fund.
Listening to the PA announcer as he gives a special salute to the folks that dressed in pink to support breast cancer.
Franklin Pierce enters today's game with a 4-18 record overall, including 2-15 in the inning 10. While your Skyhawks are ranked 7th in this week's D2 Saga East Region poll with a 16-7 record overall, including 11-6 in the inning 10. Now let's meet the starting lineups first. The visiting Ravens from Franklin Pierce University. From Burlington, Vermont at 5'6", freshman guard number 1, Lisa Sulmani.
So Lisa Sulmani now being introduced by the PA announcer. She's a freshman. She'll wear number 1.
Sophia Holmes.
Number 3, Sophia Holmes gets the starting nod, a sophomore at Franklin Pierce University. Wearing number 10, a guard. They'll play a 3-guard offense. Riley Skinner, she'll wear number 10, as I mentioned. Wearing number 33, Freya Cooney, a sophomore. She's a forward. She'll wear number 33. And their top scorer, Izzy Lepenski, a freshman, wearing number 34. Again, Jeanette McKillop will lead the team as head coach in her 3rd year. And now the introduction of the starters for the Skyhawks here at Stonehill College.
At 5'11" from Abington, Massachusetts, the sophomore Warden.
So Jennifer Warden gets the starting nod. She's a sophomore wearing number 10 at the guard slot. Here's Grace Carter. She's a junior. She'll wear number 35. Grace Carter, of course, is from Arlington, Massachusetts. And here's the hometown gal, Kayla Raymond. She'll wear number 30. A freshman averaging 15.4 points per game. Played high school basketball at Oliver Ames. Here's tri-captain Kelsey Shaw wearing number 4. She's a junior, and she, of course, is a left-handed shooter, likes to shoot the threes. Rounding out the starting lineup, Gabriel Ruda, a good rebounder, a junior wearing number 31. She also is one of the tri-captains, along with, I should say, Matti Diabate, who will come off the bench. Head coach Tricia Brown, class of 87 at Harvard, her 18th season. Last season, Ken Wood, the head coach Tricia Brown, finished with a record of 29 victories and 4 losses. And here we are the season right afterwards when her bench, her starters mostly graduated. And she has a new starting group, but yet again, they're 16-7.
Well, they got a real young group here this year. They got to have the 3 juniors, a freshman, and a sophomore. So, but they're all really good players, and they're coming around pretty well now this year.
Here's Raymond for the Skyhawks jumping the tap against Lepenski. 3 officials, 4 10-minute quarters, and yes, we have a 30-second clock. Carter goes to the far side of the court. They go underneath with a little give and go. Ruda takes the J, won't fall, and the loose ball rebound pulled down by Lisa Sulmani. She's a 5'6" guard wearing number 1. Lepenski takes the shot. She's their top scorer. Good block out and rebound. Pulled down by Kelsey Shaw. They go low to Ruta. Turnaround Jay doesn't fall. So neither team so far on the scoreboard. That last rebound was by Cooney for the Ravens. There's a drive to the hoop. Sophie Holmes gets fouled. She went down the paint on the right side. Got fouled in the act of shooting. She'll go to the charity stripe. She'll shoot 2.
The officials for this afternoon's game, for the women's game, is Andre Smith, Daniel O'Neill, and Eva Stensky.
So 3 experienced officials. We have 9-13 here in the first quarter. And the Ravens get on the scoreboard first. Franklin Pierce puts up a press in the backcourt. Here's Carter with the basketball. Gets it back out front. And of course you'll see Jennifer Warden. So Warden picks up the first basketball. Hoop for the Skyhawks. Stonehill out in front 2-1. And of course Warden, a sophomore. Stonehill in a man-to-man defense. They drive to the hoop. Raymond pulls down the rebound. How often she has the chance to come up with a double. Good hustle and effort by Gabriel Ruta, who wears number 31. She's from Plymouth, Massachusetts. Played some basketball at Lawrence Academy.
Stonehill gets the ball.
Thank you to Nate and Ernie for handling the camera this afternoon. Carter wearing number 35. Start out at the top of the key. She went right. And we're going to have a foul in the action. They're going to call that foul against Freya Cooney. She from Woodbridge, England. A long ways to travel for this game. There's Grace Carter with the hoop. Underneath, kissed it off the glass for the basket. Stonehill out in front, 4-1. Skinner, where's number 10? Gets it over Sumani. Goes to the hoop, makes the basket. Good penetration, went baseline, kissed it off the window with her right hand. They get it back out front. Stonehill tightens up their defense. Last time that both these teams met, Stonehill won it. And there's a traveling violation. You'll see number 34, Izzy Lepenski from Farmington, Connecticut. Only a freshman. Last week was Rookie of the Week for her team. Little pressure in the backcourt. Grace Carter calls to set up a play. They try to go underneath to Diabate, ball stolen. Lisa with the basketball, comes to the top of the key. They try to get it to Lepenski, ball stolen. Good defensive effort by Diabate. Back out front, there's the long three-pointer. Diabate pulls down the rebound. Nice over-the-head pass back out front. Carter, top of the key. Posted high, Diabate, who goes to the hoop, misses the shot. Rebound pulled down by the Ravens. If you just joined us, we're at the Paula Sullivan Court here at Merckett Gymnasium. And there's a Jay at the right elbow. And making that hoop was Lisa Salamani from Burlington, Vermont.
At 5'4" at Franklin Pierce.
Here's Carter with the basketball. Skyhawks also working against a man-to-man defense. Nice penetration and drive to the hoop by Jennifer Warden from Abington, Massachusetts.
6'5" Stonehill, 5:25 left in the first period.
As we mentioned before, we'll be playing 4 10-minute quarters. This is the first. There'll be a 30-second clock. 3 officials dressed in the stripes. And there's a drive in the paint area as the freshman guard, Lisa Salamani, drove down the hoop. They'll call this against Gabrielle Reuter. Makes the first, ties the game up. Centora comes into the lineup. Grace Carter gets a rest. Also getting some playing time for the Skyhawks. Emily Bramante, she'll be wearing number 21.
And Tricia Bounds is using her bench quite a bit, so that gives everybody a good break.
So the Ravens get the first lead that they've had in this ball game. If you just joined us, you're watching Division II. 2 teams from the NE10 Conference. Centaur, a nice rebound on the Bramante missed shot. And again, another turnover by the Skyhawks. Not as loose as they could be right now. There's a turnaround, Jay. They'll call this foul against Kelsey Shaw. That will send Izzy Lepenski to the foul line. She's only a sophomore. She's 6'3", got pretty good size. And certainly at all levels of competition, athletics are a big part of life here at Stonehill College. More than 80% of the students participate on an NCAA Division II varsity team, or maybe they play an intramural or club sport. So everybody's involved. Skyhawks do compete in the Northeast 10 Conference. It's the largest, I understand, Ken, NCAA Division II conference in the country.
Stonehill down by 3.
Underneath. Raymond with her first hoop in this ball game, kissed it off the glass. She's got good size, good poise for a freshman.
9-8 the Ravens.
And there's a drive to the hoop. She threw that up, said a little prayer, and it went in the basket. Sophie Holmes on the hoop.
3:58 left in the first period.
Skyhawks right now trailing by 3 points as we have a 30-second timeout. Let's talk about Stonehill College. They're affiliated with the Congregation of Holy Cross. Members of this congregation share in the mission of the college as administrators, faculty members, and let us not forget the campus ministers. Reverend John Denning is the 9th Holy Cross priest to serve as Stonehill College president. In addition, members of the congregation serve this college as members of the Board of Trustees, many of whom are Stonehill College alumni. 3:38, 58. Stonehill has the ball. Loose ball on the gym floor. Both teams tussling for it. And the Ravens will get it back by the possession rule. Stonehill beat St. Michael's in their last home game, 71-51. Because that was a tough night weather-wise. There's a 3-spot put in by Sophia Holmes. Likes to shoot that 3-ball. Santora goes baseline, goes to the hoop, throws it up, bounces off the front of the rim, put it down as a missed shot. Ball stolen.
Pulled down by Kayla.
Because Raymond got the steal. Kayla
And
gets another basket. That's her second. She has 4 points. Both of them underneath. Her size really pays off.
14-10, the Ravens. 2:53 left in the...
Franklin Pierce 2 and 15. Right now enjoying a 4-point lead. And there's another foul. I shouldn't say foul, but a turnover. A traveling violation. Diabate comes out of the game, along with Bramante. And Taylor Warnham comes in. She's one of the 2 seniors on the Skyhawk roster. Carter with the basketball. Gets it low. And of course a turnaround J won't count. That should send Raymond to the foul line. And evidently that was a foul before she took the shot, so they'll take it out of bounds.
32. Correction, number 23, Hannah Everett.
Back out front now to Santora. Carter on the left, Warnham posted high. And there's a 3-point shot. Won't fall for Raymond. Right now, the Ravens are doing a pretty good job, Ken, of blocking out on their defensive boards. Not giving the Skyhawks a second shot.
2 minutes left in the first period.
So it's an offensive foul called against Franklin Pierce. They'll call this foul against Everidge. First name is Hannah. She's a sophomore from Baldwinville, Massachusetts. Never heard of it before until today's game. Warnham with the basketball. It's a 2 Carter for the 3. Bang! She got it. 3-ball by Carter.
Stonehill down by 1. 1:24 left in the first period.
Atkins in the lineup for the Ravens. She has the basketball. Gets it out to the top of the key. And of course, that ball was forced on the shot. Stonehill comes down with the rebound. And there's a nice tip in. It was a tip in off the Warden shot by Raymond.
50
Taylor
seconds.
Raymond picks up her 6th point in this game.
Stonehill up by 1.
She put the Skyhawks back out in front. Stonehill right now playing pretty good defense. 2 seconds on the shot clock. It went off. Stonehill gets the ball back. This is indeed the NE10 conference, part of the NCAA. Dave Clifton here along with Ken Wood. We're here at midcourt describing the action. You're watching Division II women's college basketball at its finest. Head coach Tricia Brown for the Skyhawks, and for the Ravens, it's Jeanette McKillop. McKillop is in her 3rd season as the leader of the pack at Franklin Pierce, and Tricia Brown, her 15th year. What a success story that is for Coach Brown. 15.4 seconds. Stonehill puts it in play. They get it to Carter. Kayla Raymond takes the J in the paint. She got it.
17-14, Stonehill.
Ball stolen.
Ooh.
Good attempt. She threw that better than half court. And that was Jennifer Warden from Abington, Massachusetts, a sophomore. And that's the end of one full quarter here at Stonehill College. The Skyhawks right now out in front of the Ravens by a score of 17-14 as head coach Tricia Brown talks with her assistant coaches. And let me mention their name, Kara Kelly and Shelby Buck. I did make a mistake when I said Tricia Brown was coaching in her 15th year. It's really 18 years.
Right.
And she really has been terrific.
We want to thank this afternoon for the sponsorship of the Mansfield Bank. They're sponsoring the women's game here this afternoon at Stonehill. And their office is one of their offices is right down the street from Stonehill entrance. And Mansfield Bank is particularly known for the strength of our commercial and residential lending teams, the friendly expertise of the branch employees, and the sufficient comments to make charitable causes. And they have helped us out with the Eastern Food Pantry, I'd just like to say, too. So thank you for Mansfield Bank for our sponsorship this afternoon.
So at the end of one full quarter here at Merca Gymnasium, Kayla Raymond leads her team and both teams in scoring with 8 points. She has 3 rebounds and, of course, doing a terrific job on defense. Warden at the high post. Dishes off to Kelsey Shaw. Back out front, 3-point attempt won't fall for Jennifer Warden. Here come the Ravens. The top scorers for Franklin Pierce. Somani and Holmes both have 6 points. So the ball hit the top of the backboard. We're in the second quarter, 9:33, the clock ticking. Or will be once the ball goes in bounds. Ravens now put on a press in the Skyhawk backcourt. Jenna wearing number 10, she's at the wing on the right. Shaw at the wing on the left. Raymond posted high. And there's Warnham with the basket. Certainly going to make her parents happy. They're in the stands tonight watching this game.
19-14. 19-14, Stonehill. 9:02 left in the second period.
I think it's a matter of time, Ken, before the Skyhawks are going to take off in this game. They only lead by 5 now, but we'll see what happens. And the minute I say that, driving to the hoop and making a basket is Izzy Lepenski. She's their top scorer. Nice move by Shaw. Kelsey went baseline right, did a hook shot off the window of the backboard to make the basket.
21-16, Skyhawks.
Lisa dishes off to her point guard. Went out of bounds. Off the foot of Cooney. Stonehill gets it back. The Ravens go into a press in the backcourt. Kelsey Shaw gets it to Grace Carter. They play catch after they cross the timeline. Warnham posted high. And that pass was intended for Kelsey Shaw from Raymond. But it went over her head, went out of bounds. And the clock stops with 8:01. Stonehill will travel after this game to take on Merrimack at North Andover, Massachusetts. And Franklin Pierce will host Assumption. Every team they play is a tough team. I'm talking about the Ravens. because they have a record of 4-18. Nice basket. Don't ask me how she threw that in, Ken, but she made the basket, and that was a terrific hoop by Jennifer Warden.
And she was the one that got the rebound on the other end, too.
She's a hustler.
Yeah.
Lepenski, turnaround Jay, won't fall. Warren pulls down a powerful rebound. Here come the Skyhawks. Carter, three-point, bounces off the back of the rim. And they're going to call a foul on the rebound. I think they're going to call this. So they'll call that against Maddie Diabate. That's her first foul here in the second quarter of play. Three referees provide an opportunity, especially in Division II college basketball, an opportunity to be able to pick out the violations. Notice how they spread the court when they officiate.
First team foul for the Ravens.
Interesting, I saw a high school team once. They had stripes on their jerseys.
Get everybody confused?
Well, during the game, they were passing the ball to the referees.
Yeah.
Here's Kelsey Shaw. She dribbles to the left, looks low. Back out front to Warden. Underneath to Diabate, who drives the lane. An underhanded layup off the window. Got the basket. This is probably the biggest lead that the Skyhawks have had. Rebound pulled down strongly by Raymond. Gets it to Warden. They go low. Again to Diabate. Picked up another basket with a new hairdo.
27-16, Stonehill Skyhawks.
So they're up by 11. We're in the second quarter of play. Certainly want to thank Ernie Smith on camera for this first game. This is a doubleheader. The men Skyhawks will host the Ravens from Franklin Pierce in the second game. And that should be an interesting game as well. This is play for KDA and of course a camper reunion game for the Skyhawks.
And you can watch these games on channels, Comcast Channel 97 and Verizon Channel 24. And you look for the schedule, it's posted on the ECAT channel.
Taking a look at the top scorers for Stonehill in the NE10 conference, Kayla Raymond is averaging 15.4 points per game. And Sophia Holmes has a total of 12.8 points per game, and Lepenski has 11.8. Grace Carter averaging 10 points a game, and Gabriel Ruda for the Skyhawks averaging 9.9 points per game.
The Ravens had a travel, so it's been turned back to Stonehill.
Bramante again in the lineup as Jennifer Warden from Abington, Mass. drove to the hoop, went down the right lane, didn't make the basket, but she got fouled. She'll go to the charity stripe. She'll shoot two.
5:39 left in the first half.
Watch your concentration on the foul line. Little dip. Back rims it. Hope I didn't jinx her. She'll get a second free throw. Let's see how she does on the back end. She makes it. Stonehill right now out in front by 12.
Stonehill's giving a back press now.
Ball almost stolen that time. Kale, the freshman, she's on Lepenski on defense. Lepenski also a freshman. Two of the better freshmen in, of course, the NE10 conference. Went out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Stonehill basketball.
The ball actually
Into the lineup for Franklin Pierce.
went off the fingertips of Soleimani. Different kind of out of bounds play put up by Stonehill today. Bermani to Diabate. They play catch it back out front. Carter on the far side of the court. Goes low. Diabate gets it, takes the shot. Looked like it was going in, it came back out.
Both had players for both teams are competing against each other, and they're both heading off to each other, for covering each other during the game.
Diabate, another rebound for the Skyhawks. They come into this game 16-7 overall. They're 11-6 in the NE10 conference. There's a shot blocked. She'll get 3 shots at the charity stripe. That was Grace Carter being fouled by Emma Carter.
That Franklin Pierce fouls at number 1, Lisa Sulmani. Her second personal.
28-16 Skyhawks. 4:22 left in the first half.
Grace Carter will shoot to the 5'7" junior guard from Arlington, Mass.
Actually, she'll shoot 3.
She'll actually get 3 shots because she shot that on the other side of the three-point line.
Into the lineup for the Raiders, number 23, Hannah Everett.
Santora comes in for the Skyhawks. Jennifer Warden gets a rest. Jennifer's major is early childhood education. And the shot is good by Grace Carter. Stonehill out in front, 30-16. Look like they're putting on a sagging defensive press. But Franklin Pierce, no difficulty getting the ball across half court. They're down to 9 seconds on the 30-second clock. And we're going to have a foul on the play. They'll take it out of bounds.
Stonehill was doing a double coverage there.
So right now, Coach Brown has 3 freshmen on the court right now for the Skyhawks. That last foul was against Santora. A new 30-second clock. Franklin Pierce dressed in the dark jerseys, the white jersey, Stonehill. Diabate got the foul called against her. That will send Lepenski to the foul line. Taylor Warnham reports to the scorer's table. One senior coming in for the other senior. Diabate takes a rest. Lepenski's second shot won't fall. Raymond with the rebound. Gets it to Bramante. Kelsey Shaw, Jr. They move the ball on the outside perimeter. Bramante moved her pivot foot. They'll call it traveling violation. How important it is to, when you move that pivot foot, that you take a dribble. 30-17, Stonehill right now out in front. Division II, it's the NE10 conference, part of the NCAA. There's a drive to the hoop. Shot won't fall.
3 minutes left in the first half.
Good idea by Sophia Holmes. Santora goes low to Raymond. A little fake left, went right, threw it off the window, got herself another basket.
32-17 Skyhawks.
So right now, a little bit off in her shooting, Izzy Lepenski.
Pulled down by Raymond.
Into the Raiders lineup, number
Fermanti gets a rest. Jennifer Warden comes back into the lineup. So Coach Brown right now going with 2 sophomores, a senior, and of course a junior, and that junior is Shaw. Every time I call Shaw's name out, it reminds me I have to go shopping afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. They go low to Warden. Puts up off the window. Try to get her own rebound, but think she leaned on the shoulder. Good help, helping her off her feet, and a good show of sportsmanship by the Raven players. So the Franklin Pierce University Ravens, they have a record of 4-18 in conference play. I should say 4-18 overall, and they're 2-15 in the NE10 conference.
Ooh.
And again, Lepenski with the basket.
Went for
Keeps
3.
her team in this ball game.
32-19, Skyhawks.
Good snag by Shaw. Kelsey had a jump for that one.
1:22 left in the first half.
And again, they go underneath. She is terrific at the low post. Absolutely terrific. Another basket by Kayla Raymond, a 5'11", a freshman from Easton, Massachusetts. And to think, Ken, last season, she was playing high school basketball here at Oliver Ames High School.
Yeah.
They work the far side of the court. Ravens have the ball. Centura knocked it out of bounds. Franklin Pierce gets it back. 44.7 seconds remaining before halftime.
Kayla's got 12 points so far in this game.
Stay with us, folks. There'll be lots of activity. Nice attempt by Kelsey Shaw. And we're going to find out what the officials are going to say. They are conferring right now. They give the ball back to the Skyhawks. 34-19. Stonehill out in front of Franklin Pierce. 38.2 seconds remaining before halftime. Stay with us. There'll be a lot of activity here at halftime. Right here on the Paula Sullivan Court at Merckett Gymnasium.
We've got a good turnout here this afternoon too, Dave.
Centura, a freshman, goes baseline, stops, pops, doesn't fall, and we're going to have a foul in the action. I think they're going to call this against Warnham. That's her second personal foul, the team's fifth foul in this ball game. All happening with 26.5 seconds remaining.
Izzy Lepenski at the line for the Ravens, shooting 2.
Stonehill enjoying a 34-19 lead. And during halftime, we're going to have a terrific show with the jump ropers. And we've seen them in the past. They're absolutely terrific. It makes me want to go home after the game and jump rope. So the free throw didn't count, and Stonehill gets it back.
25-9 to finish the first half.
A little pressure in the defense, a little pick for each other. So they'll call that foul against Demi Atkins, who wears number 2. Stonehill has a chance right now for the last shot. Is that what Coach Brown will call for? Here's Kelsey Shaw, drives to the hoop, dishes off nicely to Morgan O'Brien from Clifton Park, New York. She gets the basket.
36-20, Skyhawks.
Santora with the rebound, and that's the end of the first half here at Merckett Gymnasium. Stonehill College up 36-20. And stay with us, folks. You're going to get an opportunity to see some great halftime entertainment. You know, young people out there, when you talk about the basic fundamentals of basketball, you talk about jumping, running, shooting, dribbling, and passing. Well, you're going to see a jumping demonstration here and how important it is to be able to bounce around a little bit. It's a great way to get some exercise.
Yeah, they're starting now. This is a high altitude group that's performing here this afternoon.
And of course, we've had a few of those hot summers where the altitude was pretty high.
Fans, please welcome to the floor the high altitude competitive and precision jump rope team.
So stay with us, folks. We're going to get an opportunity to watch this special entertainment.
High altitude jump rope team.
Watch how clever they are, folks, with this jump rope. So they got 13 or 14 jumpers out there, and they'll do 2 at a time. Look at that. Wow. When we say holy cow, that's what we mean. And look how they bounce around. They do it front ways, they do it backwards. And now they're getting the fans to clap their hands. I gotta tell you, if I tried that, Ken, I'd be on my fanny. Both male and female. This is 2 ropes at a time. Wow. They take a little bow, get a nice round of applause from the fans here at Merckett Gymnasium. You're watching halftime entertainment here on the Paula Sullivan Court on the campus of Stonehill College. Watch this. You talk about double jumping. Oh. Four at a time. I'm sure that this team does a lot of practicing to do what they're doing. Even the Boston Celtics don't have this kind of entertainment during halftime. Wow. High Altitude is the name of this group. A team that likes to jump rope. Watch this young fella. Wow. Maybe we can get our cameraman, Ernie Smith, to try this. If you just joined us, folks, you're watching Halftime Entertainment. We're at the Division II Women's College Basketball halftime. What a show these young people are doing as they jump rope. Now they're doing it in the seated position. This is one of the younger members of the team.
Hell, there they are. High altitude dance team, they're doing good.
All present and accounted for as they're now being inspected. Wow. That was absolutely terrific. Getting a nice round of applause from all the fans here at Merckett Gymnasium.
One more time for the high altitude competitive and precision jump rope team. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your Stonehill Skyhawks cheerleaders.
Huh?
And now, please welcome to the floor your Stonehill Skyhawks dance team.
Here we are at halftime at Merckett Gymnasium on the campus of Stonehill College. We have an Easton resident here, Mr. Miller, who comes over to support the teams. He's a longtime Sharon resident, but now lives in Easton, Massachusetts. I know you enjoyed that halftime show.
Very much so.
And of course, I thought maybe you could give a demonstration jumping rope.
You know, I will after you do, Dave.
Well, what do you think of Stonehill College basketball?
That's very,
Division II.
Very impressive. Division II. I don't think people realize how good you have to be to play, never mind high school, but college at any level. And I really enjoy the Division II. It's really, really competitive.
And most of the young people that are on these teams were outstanding players at their high school level. And I think of Kayla Raymond, for instance. She's a freshman, played at Oliver Ames. She's a hometown gal.
Yes.
And of course, she's leading the scorers in this ball game. And she leads the Skyhawks in scoring so far with one more home game remaining. And of course, they'll be traveling after this afternoon's game. But in terms of the women's basketball team, how they've improved over the years since you were in high school at Sharon High.
Very impressive, and I enjoy watching this. And I, being from Easton, or not having grown up in Easton, I grew up in Sharon and knew you, but I've lived in Easton for 20 years, and I've coached a lot of rec sports, and I actually was fortunate enough to coach Kayla when I believe she was in second or third grade, and you could tell right then how good she was going to be,
Yeah.
and I think she has a chance to be an all-time great here.
She's terrific. I want to thank you very much. I have another guest that's going to join us, Mr. Miller
Thank you.
from Easton, Massachusetts.
Thank you.
Keep coming and enjoying the games, and wanted to mention, bring your son sometime.
I will. Thank you very much, Dave.
Thank you. So the score right now at halftime is 36 to 20. Stonehill is enjoying a pretty good lead. And we're going to talk for a minute, if we could, with the PA announcer. And I know that you enjoyed that halftime show. Weren't they terrific?
Terrific, unbelievable. I just wonder how much time they spend with those jump ropes. I can barely get around 2 or 3 times before falling all over myself. So,
tell our viewing audience, I know we got a halftime lead, 36-20. How long have you been the PA announcer here at Stonehill?
Here at Stonehill, this is my 3rd season. So not very, very long, but I love this school, and I do the football games as well. And so I'm around as much as I possibly can be.
I've been to a number of Celtics games, and I can tell you right now, you could handle the PA at a Celtics game. And that halftime entertainment we had, certainly the Celtics would love to have them at courtside.
Professional quality entertainment here at Easton, Massachusetts.
What do you think of the first half so far?
I thought it was great. I think the Stonehill women, they start a bit slow in general, but once they get their rhythm, they really get moving, and they look great. Their defense looks great, and they're making layups, and that's the important thing.
The Lady Skyhawks right now are 16-7. A victory tonight could give them their 17th win. And, of course, I expect to see them in postseason play.
Absolutely. We look forward to that. And then in the coming weeks, very shortly, actually, starting next week, I think postseason will get underway. And it would be a shock if Stonehill wasn't involved. And these ladies certainly deserve to be there. And we look forward to seeing them.
Tell the listening audience once again your name and what town you come from.
So that's a long, complicated story. My name is Kurt Campbell, PA announcer here at Stonehill College, amongst other things as well. But I live in Waltham, Massachusetts. Where I come from is a much longer story, but we'll keep it short for interest.
I hope the Celtics call you, but we
Thank
need you
very
here at
much.
Stonehill.
I know the PA announcer for the Celtics, Eddie, personally, and he's a great guy. So I hope they don't need me too soon, but that would be a dream come true.
Thank you very much, Kurt. Halftime score 36-20. Stonehill right now enjoying their biggest lead. We'll be right back with the start of the second half. This cablecast a production of ECAT, Eastern Community Access Television. Okay, we're back here at Merckett Gymnasium on the Paula Sullivan Court. Here on the campus of Stonehill College, Dave Clifton here along with Ken Wood, and we're ready to start the second half. The Skyhawks right now out in front of the Ravens, 36-20. You'll be watching an NA-10 conference game. Both these teams part of the NCAA. Coach Patricia Brown will go with the starting unit. 1 freshman, 2 juniors, and a sophomore.
As we mentioned earlier, the women's games periods are 10-minute periods.
So the Ravens get the ball first. And they take it right to the hoop. Shot partially blocked. Ended up in the hands of Lepenski. And there's another shot blocked. It went out of bounds. Good block by Raymond. To think that this entire team will be coming back next season. The Skyhawks have 2 seniors on the squad. Nice rebound pulled down by Raymond. But I certainly want to mention this is a rebuilding year also. A rebuilding year for Franklin Pierce. Taking it to the hoop, Jennifer Warden. What a nice job she did.
38-20 Skyhawks.
Lepenski out front. She'll go to the high post. That's where she spends most of her time. And we'll have a blocking foul in the paint.
That's Stonehill fouls on number 30.
So they'll call this foul against Kayla Raymond. That's her first, that should say that's her second personal foul. First team foul. Sophie Holmes from Oakland, Maine. She'll get a second.
Theo Raymond comes out to rest.
Doesn't fall. Kelsey Shaw pulls down the rebound. Gets it to Carter. Across the court to Warden. They work the far side of the court. And we'll have a foul in the paint. That's a foul called against Skinner. She's from Leominster, Massachusetts. Wears number 10. Riley, her first name. There's a turnaround J by Ruda.
40-21, Skyhawks.
What a terrific find Gabriel Ruda is from Plymouth, Mass. A junior forward. She also will be back next season. Across the court pass is a 3. Doesn't fall. Went out of bounds. Stonehill gets it back.
Skyhawks basketball.
Two seniors on the team, Diabate and Wanham. Accidentally hit her foot. Went off the toe of Jennifer Warden. And Franklin Pierce gets it back. Suleimani will set something up, takes things in her own hands, drives to the hoop, and makes a nice driving basket.
Rolled around that hoop for quite a while.
Rolled around and fell in.
Stonehill matched it up again. 42-23, Skyhawks. 7:28 left in the third period.
And there again, you saw Izzy Lepenski moved her pivot foot. They'll call her on a traveling violation. The Ravens go into a pass, I should say a press, in the backcourt. Stonehill has no difficulty getting across the timeline. Shaw calls the play. Caught up, back out front, takes the 3, back rims it. Ruda with the rebound. Underneath, nice pass from Ruda to Warden, who got fouled in the act of shooting. So Gabriel will go to the foul, I should say Warden will go to the foul line. She'll shoot 2.
Stonehill, we got a great lead right now. 42-23.
So the young lady from Abington, Mass., Jennifer Warden, and the ponytail, makes her first free throw. And makes the second.
Oh, we got 2 more. 44-23, Skyhawks.
And Stonehill is certainly very proud of the bench that they have. They can take people off the bench and come in and still get the job done. Nice rebound, went up with the ball a second time, didn't fall for Lepenski. Good idea by Bramante, but it didn't fall for her. A jump ball. I thought that was a late whistle. So Stonehill gets it back on the possession roll.
Going to be a backcourt
Notice
press here.
notice how the Skyhawks set up for the press. And we'll have a foul. Trying to steal the ball away from Diabate. And they'll call this against Riley Skinner. That's their third team foul. Put Stonehill in a pretty good position in terms of getting closer to the bonus. Diabate drives to the hoop, and the senior lays it nicely off the backboard.
46-23, Skyhawks. 6:03 left in the third period.
So another traveling violation. As Stonehill gets the ball back, they also have the lead 46-23. 5:58, the clock running. We're in the third quarter of play. Carter with the basketball. Back out front to Warden. They work the near side of the court. Diabate to Warden, who drives into the paint, takes the shot, almost went in, but almost don't count.
Pulled down by Lepenski. Yep.
There's a stop and pop.
Yep.
Doesn't fall. And we're going to have a pushing foul called against Izzy Lepenski.
Her second personal. Into the Stonehill lineup, number 4, Kelsey Shaw.
Here comes Raymond coming in along with Santoro. And junior Kelsey Shaw. Shaw gets it up to Bramante. Over to Santoro. Shaw at the top of the key. Raymond posted high. And again, they go underneath, they take the shot, they get their own rebound, goes out of bounds.
Back to the Ravens. Five minutes left in the third period.
So Franklin Pierce calls a 30-second, no, they're going to call a full timeout with the score 46-23. Let's take a look, Ken, if we would, at the Women's Division II NE 10 Conference basketball standings. In the Northeast Division, and there are two divisions, the Northeast and, of course, the Southwest. In the Northeast, Bentley is out in front with a record of 16 wins and 1 loss. Stonehill and St. Anselm's are both tied with 11 wins and 6 losses. But St. Anselm is playing at Bentley today. So that'll be an interesting game.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that Bentley will win that game.
And that would put Stonehill out in front. Stonehill right now, they're winning this ball game in the third quarter. But we won't call this till we get closer to the end. Merrimack is 10-7. They're in 4th place. Southern New Hampshire 9-8. Assumption 7-10. St. Michael's of Vermont, a team that Stonehill beat during the last winter storm. They're 6-11. And Franklin Pierce, the team that Stonehill is playing right now, they're trailing the Skyhawks by 13 points. In the Southwest Division of the NE 10 Conference, Lemoyne is 12-4. American International and Delphi are both 9-8. Play action begins. The Ravens have the basketball. Skinner out front to Suleimani. They play catch, they go low, and they get the basket. The hoop by Lepenski.
Lepenski now has got 8 points, and Suleimani has got 8 for the Ravens. And Kayla Raymond is top scorer right now for the Skyhawks. It's 12. And Jennifer Warden has 11.
Okay, on the missed shot, put up nicely by Mate Diabate for the basket. Diabate's always been strong on the rebounds. Finds a way to get the job done. And she's covering one of their top scorers who just put in a basket.
And she's going to the line to get her.
So she has a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. And she sort of keeps her team in the ball game.
The basket is good for Izzy Lepenski. She's at the line to shoot one.
Ruda comes in a lineup. Diabate comes out. Raymond comes out for a rest. So right now, Coach Tricia Brown going with Bramante. Warnham comes into the game and pulls down another rebound. What a terrific job she does on the boards. Santora at the wing on the left. And they go underneath. So Ruda with another basket. Ruda does a nice job offensively as well as defensively.
Tricia Brown's using all of her bench, and they're doing very well.
And there's a three-point shot by Soleimani from Burlington, Vermont. She's a freshman. She'll be back next year. And, of course, they have lots of underclassmen on this team. As a matter of fact, most all of the players on the court right now are underclassmen, except for Warnham, a senior for the Skyhawks. There's a drive. Will they count the hoop, or will they say it was a foul before the shot?
A foul on Stonehill's number 5, Isabella Santoro. That's her second personal, the team's third foul.
So Isabella Santoro, a freshman, gets the foul called against her. She's from Durham, Connecticut. Played her high school basketball at Mercy.
Into the Skyhawks, number 10, Jennifer Warden.
We have a terrific crowd here
That was a good
at
crowd
Market
today.
Gymnasium. A lot of folks are here to support the cause, breast cancer. And of course, between the jump ropers, it's in a terrific ball game. Is Stonehill looking to pick up victory number 17? Can you imagine coming off a 49 and 2, I should say 29 and 2 season, and right now they're looking for their 17th victory.
And look at the team this year. It's all a real young team. So we know we're going to have them for a few years.
Nice shot block by Ruda.
Fouls on the Ravens, number 10, Riley Skinner, her third personal. The team's fifth
How she rolls to the hoop, Ruda. I don't want to get that mixed up with Roller Ruda.
Yeah.
Shooting 2.
So Santora tiptoes to the sidelines with a quick chat with head coach Tricia Brown. First free throw is good.
Into the Ravens, number 2, Denny Akins.
Jennifer Warden will get a second free throw. Watch your concentration.
Stonehill with a good lead right now, 51-32 for the Skyhawks. 2:14 left in the third period.
Takes a couple of dribbles, takes the shot, rolls around, doesn't fall, went out of bounds. And again, I hope I didn't jinx her. I wanted people to look at her concentration. But even professionals miss foul shots. Ravens have the basketball. Working against a man-to-man defense. Or should I call it a women-to-women defense?
Stonehill fouls on
Ernie Smith on camera.
her third personal, the team's fourth foul.
Ken Wood providing the color.
.156 left in the third period. 51-32 Stonehill.
Carol Raymond reports to the scorer's table. What a nice block by Ruda. Had her hand on the ball at all times.
That fouls on Franklin Pierce's number 34, Izzy Lepenski, her third personal.
So Ruda will go to the foul line.
At the line, she'll shoot 2.
Makes the first one. She'll get a second.
In the Franklin Pierce lineup, number 33.
Raymond comes in. Warnham gets a rest
Number 30, Kayla Raymond.
on the bench. 3 officials dressed in stripes, a 30-second clock, and 4 10-minute quarters.
There she got both of them.
(53-32). Skyhawks out in front of the Ravens. Stonehill tightens up their defense. Ball stolen. Gave it to Raymond. Raymond to Shaw. And again they play catch out front. There's Warden at the top of the key. She goes to the hoop without hesitation. Shot missed. Hauling down the rebound, Freya Cooney. Under a minute remaining here in the third quarter. And again, Lepenski with the basket. She has improved as a player since the early season. And of course, a lot of the players have. Nice attempt by Raymond to get the ball low. She intended to get that to Ruta.
53-34 with 19 seconds left in the third period.
And again, they'll call this foul against Ruta.
7.8 seconds left in the third period.
Lepenski will go to the foul line.
Izzy Lepenski at the line.
Lepenski looks tired, Ken.
Yeah. Well, she's been playing hard in there, so.
She backrams her first free throw. Ruta gets a rest. Maddie Diabate comes back into the lineup for the Skyhawks. The Ravens have 34 points, and number 34 is on the foul line. She makes it number 35. 7.8 seconds remaining, and the clock starts. Santora takes a 3. Backrams, it won't fall. And that's the end of 3 full quarters here at Rickett Gymnasium. Stonehill right now out in front, 53-35. And Ken, special thank you to the Mansfield Bank for their support.
Yeah, we want to thank Mansfield Bank for their support for the women's games. So our home equity line of credit allows you to borrow against equity in your home for a variety of different reasons, such as college, home improvements, debit consolidations, and so forth. Our home equity line of credit is a variable rate and offers flexible, interest-only payments during the draw period. We want to thank Mansfield Bank for sponsoring the game this afternoon.
In the regional ranking, Stonehill is rated number 7. And of course, at the end of 3 quarters, Kayla Raymond has 9 points, 5 points by Diabate, 4 by Gabriel Ruta. And of course, most all the players have scored, including, I should say, 3 points by Jennifer Warden. Taking a look at the scoring for Franklin Pierce, 15 points for Lepenski, and Lisa Suleimani, who is number 1, she has a total of 13 points. Sophia Holmes has 7, and basically it's only 3 players on the Franklin Pierce team that have actually scored. So it's
Stonehill's next game Wednesday, February 20th is at Merrimack College. Saturday the 23rd is Assumption College, and then back here at Stonehill for a home game here on Tuesday the 26th of February.
And again, nice rebound pulled down by Raymond on the missed Lepenski shot. Carter at the wing on the right. Shaw drives into the paint. Throws it up with a right hand. Nice shot. And of course, she's a left-hander. 9:18, the clock running. Stonehill out in front by 20. The Ravens taking their time to look for the right shot. But sometimes when you're trailing by 20, you have to move quickly.
55-35, Skyhawks. 8:57 left in the final period.
So that's the fourth personal foul called against Kayla Raymond, the freshman. She'll be coming out as Ruder reports the scorers table. Certainly you want to save her just in case.
And checking in for Stonehill, number 31, Gabby Reuter.
Kayla Raymond just come out for a little breather.
Well, obviously you can't take any chances. I mean, she has, 8 points in this game, Ken? I'm sorry,
she's got more than that, yeah.
she has 12 points.
Yeah.
Jennifer Warden has 12 points. And Diabate has 10 points in this game.
Lepenski's got 15. She's top scorer, and Menti is got 14.
Ball was kicked out of bounds by Lepenski. Stonehill will get the ball back. A little surprised that the Ravens took off their press, and they trailed by 20.
Yeah. They were putting the press on almost every time for the first 3 quarters.
So Diabate in the drive to the hoop got fouled. It'll be a blocking foul. That foul was against Cooney, but evidently got fouled before she took the shot. There's a hook pass stolen. Ends up in the hands of Holmes. Holmes works the near side of the court to Wilkie. Takes the shot. She went baseline. Kelsey Shaw came up with the loose ball. Gets it to Warden. Warden at the top of the key. Ruder posted high. And this Carter with the 3-point attempt won't fall.
Front rims it.
Some days she'll put 3 in a row in. There's a long shot, back rimmed. Ruder with the rebound. Here comes Warden. Jennifer's from Abington, Mass. A little tricky dribble. Goes to the hoop, puts the ball in the basket. Wow.
Bounced around the rim a little bit, and then in it went.
She went by 2 defensive players to the hoop using the backboard.
That's important to use that backboard, Dave, right?
Timeout call by the Ravens. They're 4-18 in overall record, 2-15 in the NE10 conference. And right now they'll take a 30-second timeout. 7:01 remaining. And Ken, we want to talk about the 2018-19 NE10 championship schedule. It looks and it appears that Stonehill will get a chance to participate in postseason play. When will the games be played? And of course it'll be the high seeds. March 1st, March 3rd, the 6th and the 9th, depending on how many games that Stonehill wins. They will get that opportunity. Again, I repeat the dates: March 1st, March 3rd, March 7th, and March 10th. Those are the high seeds for the women's NE10 championship schedule. we expect that Stonehill will get that opportunity. How far they go depends on the seeding and, of course, how many home games they might get out of it. Right now, they're tied in second place in the NE10 conference with St. Anselm's. Bentley, of course, is in first place, but Bentley this afternoon is hosting St. A's while Stonehill plays here. So I'm figuring that possibility that St. Anselm's might get their 8th loss.
Yeah.
Double stack with a pick. They get the ball to Carter. Carter brings it back out front. Getting some playing time right now, Madison Seymour, a sophomore. Over the head pass to Carter. Carter goes low to Bramante. He throws it off the window, I should say Ruda. That's not Bramante. Ruda is much taller than her.
61-39, Skyhawks.
So Ruda right now, she has a total of 14 points in this ball game. She's the leading scorer. Raymond is on the bench with 4 fouls. Well, Stonehill goes low. They try to get the ball to Morgan O'Brien from Clifton Park, New York. That's one name I have no difficulty pronouncing. Clifton, New York. So Hannah Martin comes into the lineup, as well as Riley Skinner. Skinner is from Leominster, Mass., and Martin is from Woodland Hills, California. And I understand that's a pretty nice community. Okay, the Ravens dressed in the black jerseys. They trail 61-39. Give credit to Ruder for another block shot. 5:20, the clock running. Dave Clifton here with Ken Wood. And there's a player all alone underneath to make the shot.
Wouldn't fall.
And again, Claudia Tucci from Trumbull, Connecticut. A sophomore all alone, but because of lack of playing time, she was a little nervous.
61-39, Skyhawks.
And again, Skinner goes to the hoop, misses the shot. Here's Bramante. Carter works the far side of the court. And this Carter with a three ball, misses, goes out of bounds, and we got a whistle. So Hannah Martin gets called for the foul. She's a sophomore forward at 5'11". They go low as Morgan O'Brien tried to go to the hoop. A little shallow on the shot. Here comes Megan Hill from Mansfield. Not too far from this community. And of course, Raymond back in. And right now, the coach has 5 freshmen
Hey, we
in
got
this
the
ball game.
we got the mascot here today, Dave, over there from Stonehill. Mr. Skyhawk himself.
So, the shot is good. Stonehill out in front by 20. Let's see what 5 freshmen could do here on offense. Here's Raymond with the basketball. Gets it out front to Hill. And they got the shot.
She missed the first one and picked it up and put it back in again.
So Raymond picks up her 14th point in this ball game. Can you imagine this team is going to be together for another 3 years, the team that's out on the court right now. So they'll call this foul against Wilkie. She's from Lynn, Massachusetts. Played her high school basketball, Lynn Classical. Not too far from where I coach at St. Mary's of Lynn. 63-41. Bramante at the foul line from Chelmsford, Massachusetts.
Got her first one.
Played at Westford Academy. And here comes Morgan O'Brien. She comes in.
Kayla Redmond takes the rest.
And O'Brien, of course, is a junior.
Yep, she got both.
65-41.
3:40 left in the final period.
And, of course, the cause for this game today.
Steal by
Nice
Stonehill.
shot blocked by Hill. Megan Hill played her high school basketball at for the Green Hornets.
Got fouled.
Sophie Glidden at the line, shooting 2. Number 23.
Sophia Glidden there. She's doing good. Another freshman guard. Got her first shot. And she got a second.
She made them both.
She's from Scarborough, Maine.
And,
5'11".
of course, getting a chance to play. Sophia Glyden.
Rebound.
Bramante with the basketball. They get it back out front. They go low. They'll set something else up. Some of these players getting a chance to actually shoot. That was Glyden on the shot. 2:49, the clock running.
67-41, Skyhawks.
Now the Lady Skyhawks that are in this game right now, young ladies that haven't had too much playing time. I think it's terrific they get this chance.
Yeah.
Her first personal, the team's third foul of the fourth quarter.
Gives them a chance to feel the pressure against a team like Stonehill.
Of course, they work the far side of the court. It goes out of bounds. Ravens will get it back. And here's Demi Leia Villa from Dartmouth, Massachusetts. Played at New Bedford Regional Vocational Technical High School.
Pulled by Megan Hill.
And they make the shot. So that was Tucci with the basket for the Ravens.
67-43, Skyhawks.
And we're going to have a blocking foul in the paint called by the official. 1:59 remaining in this ball game. Stonehill way out in front. Coach Tricia Brown has cleared her bench. They're all getting a chance to play.
And Emily just doing very well. She's a freshman from Chelmsford, Mass. Went to Westwood Academy.
She makes them both. Speaking about everybody getting a chance at all levels of competition here at Stonehill College, athletics are certainly a big part of life at Stonehill. More than 80% of the students participate either in the NCAA Division II varsity teams or play an intramural or club sport. That says a lot about this college. Here's a foul called at the baseline. They'll call this on Vermonte. So that'll be the first personal foul called against the freshman Vermonte. First name is Emily. 14th foul called against the Skyhawks.
And we're getting a lot of people from Easton coming over to the games now, so that's good. It's a nice game to watch. They have a lot of entertainment at the halftime.
Stonehill will get it back because of good defense. They'll be picking up their 17th victory in this ball game. They'll now be 17-7 overall. They'll have a record of 12 wins and 6 losses in the NE10 conference. This will be the second time that they will beat Franklin Pierce. And there's a shot from way downtown. Gets a nice round of applause. A Villa on the basket. The young lady from Dartmouth, Mass. Her first basket, I think, of the season. And all of the starters on the bench on their feet giving her a great round of applause. They are happy for her. There's a foul in the paint. Skinner will go to the foul line. A freshman guard.
The 15th foul.
52.6 seconds left in the game.
Riley Skinner at the line.
The Ravens also dressing 5 freshmen. They're dressing 6 sophomores. And of course, that's basically what it is. It's all sophomores and freshmen, so they're rebuilding.
She's got
First shot is good by Skinner. 52.6 seconds remaining in this Division II women's college basketball. The Lady Skyhawks right now about to win their 17th game on the season. And again, they'll be 12-6 in the NE10 conference. They'll be traveling after this game to North Andover to play Merrimack College. Vermonte trying to get it to some of the players who haven't quite had that chance to score. There'll be a new 30-second clock. Of course, there's only 19 seconds remaining in this ball game.
So if you're around on February 26th, that's on a Saturday, Tuesday night, stop by Stonehill College. You're going to see a good game there with St. Asylum and Stonehill here at home.
So Jennifer Warden, what a terrific game she has played. And we hope to get somebody from the family to come over and join us as we talk in our post-game show. The final score, 72-46. Stonehill pulls it out. They won easily, although the game was a little closer in the first quarter, Ken. But Stonehill managed to eventually pull out.
Yep.
And Ravens right now are 2-16 in the NE10 conference. They're 4-19 overall. But remember, they're dressing all freshmen and sophomore.
Right.
No juniors or seniors on their team either.
Yeah.
So they'll be meeting each other down the road, and we'll see certainly what happens. A big thank you to Ernie Smith on camera. Would also like to thank Nick Alande, producer for this game. He certainly has been there to help all season long. He's done a little bit of everything. And Ken, taking a look at the only team that Stonehill really hopes to meet again down the road is Bentley.
That's right. Yeah.
Because we know that Bentley is going to end up probably in the finals of the NE10 conference. but anything can happen. It depends on what team gets up for the game. Congratulations to the Stonehill players that ended up with double figures. Would also like to congratulate Lepenski from Franklin Pierce. She's a freshman, averaging 20 points a game, 9.5 rebounds in the games that she's played. This is the first game of a doubleheader. Stonehill wins it 72-46. There's no question in anybody's mind that Stonehill Skyhawks are a team to be reckoned with in the NE10 conference, especially in Division II. Yes, they lost a lot of star players last year when they finished 29-4, but Coach Tricia Brown brought these players along, and they're led by 2 seniors. The rest are either juniors, sophomores, or freshmen. So we're kind of excited to see what the future brings. But this season is in no way over yet. We thank the Mansfield Bank for providing the sponsorship. We thank ECAT, Eastern Community Access, for producing this Division II women's college basketball game. And again, we'd like to thank the people on camera. What a great crowd they had here today for this game. We have one more home game unless they play in the NE10 conference and get a bye. We'll see what happens. I'm Dave Clifton on behalf of Kenwood, bidding you farewell from Merckett Gymnasium. We're on the Paula Sullivan Court here in the campus of Stonehill College. Again, Stonehill wins their 17th victory on the season. The score, 72-46. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend.
Have a nice afternoon.